Hi, I'm Dr. Anna Baker. I am a assistant professor of psychology at Clemson University. My research kind of has two focuses. One is in adherence, and so I look at behavioral health and adherence. We think of adherence, it's not just medication adherence, but also behavioral adherence. So are you going to appointments? Are you making, dietary changes you need? Whatever it is for medical management, like adherence to whatever chronic conditions you might have, or just follow up with appointments. And so I focus on the management of chronic illness and barriers that make it difficult for patients, both at a system level, just being able to make appointments or having doctors available, having access to resources, social determinants of health, so system level and patient level barriers. I'm a clinical psychologist by training. Originally, I was pediatric focused, so children with anxiety specifically. But I do a lot of work across the lifespan. And so one of the areas there is focusing on the overlap between mental health and management of chronic illness and things like anxiety in different patient populations and how mental health impacts chronic illness management. So when
Okay.
I'm looking at potential graduate students, one of the things I'm looking at are students who are really go-getters, who have a lot of passion. Motivation comes and goes, but I'm looking for students that know that they have, this end goal and that are very driven and feel very strongly about why they're doing the work that they're doing and the difference that they can make by doing this type of research in, patients and people with mental health concerns. So I'm really looking for students who have that drive and who have demonstrated that in the types of projects they've worked on, volunteering, maybe, putting a lot of effort into their own ideas and projects as well. So very independent, passionate, with a career kind of goal in mind. A very good figure it out skills, problem solving skills, because research takes a lot of problem solving and things never go exactly how you expect them to go. So being able to kind of be creative, think on the fly. And, going along with that, I'm really interested in students who come from different backgrounds and perspectives. So I've worked with students who come from, more of that biological background. I've worked with students who come more from a business background. And so having those diverse perspectives really helps you come at these problems from, unique ways and problem solve. And so I'm really looking for people who've had like a lot of diversity of experience or who may be from kind of a different, explore different options and come from different backgrounds. Along with that, I think it's important that my role is to help with the logistics of the research and giving you perspective, and kind of telling you what's feasible, what's not feasible, working on helping with your writing, for example. So students who really have their own unique ideas, but being able to be coachable, right? Or being able to take that feedback. And really, I think one of the things that you'll learn with your career, one of the most important things is that you'll get a lot of feedback. And the more you can kind of incorporate that feedback, it's supposed to be helpful. And the more you can incorporate that, you'll really grow as a researcher. So I give my students a lot of freedom when it comes to choosing their own project. I talked before about I want students to be passionate about what they're doing and really follow areas of interest. So as long as it falls under kind of the general umbrella where I can help you because I have that expertise, I think that in terms of, my research can apply to a lot of different populations, a lot of different ages. And so I really like students kind of choose what direction they want to go in terms of what sorts of populations they want to work with or what areas they're really interested in. And that way they will have that passion and excitement about it. So I really like, and also, you're developing into an independent researcher who's going to have your own line of research. And so I think the most important part is really feeling strongly about the research that you're doing. And so I like students to really think about what drives them and what they're interested, what big problems are they interested in solving and kind of let them run with it. So I think professional development is actually one of my most important roles as a mentor. Research obviously is important, but as you go off into your career, there's going to be a lot of different areas that I think are really important to, that students don't necessarily even know about. As you're going on to your first jobs, early career mentorship, beyond just writing letters of recommendation, making decisions about I think I talked about before, it's really important to identify, your career goals. So I really work with students, in identifying where do you want to end up? What do you want your career to look like? And how do you get there? and how do you navigate things like interviews and postdocs and career decisions related to positions. And then even extending beyond that, I've had really wonderful mentors that have mentored me even through mid-career, and different changes I want to make or where I want my career to go. And I think navigating that process, including that just in terms of institutions you want to be at and grants and everything that goes into your professional development after graduate school, is so important and isn't something that's easily accessible. And I think as a mentor, it's maybe even a bigger role than just being a mentor for research. So that's extremely important to me. And I've had close relationships with both my mentor and other students that I've mentored previously, that have extended well beyond just graduate school.